The Mojave Desert, in the eyes of some, an inhospitable host, a vast nothingness, a threatening expanse between destinations. To others, a treasure trove of educational and research opportunities where earth, animal, and plant provide rich displays in a beautiful and complex system.
There's an increase in the amount of desert area in the world, and this is due to a drying climate, perhaps contributed to by global warming. But as the arid regions get bigger, we have to understand why they're getting bigger, we have to understand how to manage them, and we have to understand how to live in them.
The Desert Studies Center is a California State University field station located in the East Mojave Desert within the Mojave National Preserve. Through a cooperative management agreement with the National Park Service, the center assists in the management of 1,280 acres. Here, students, faculty, and the public experience the desert environment, receive instruction, and conduct research.
The mission of the California Desert Studies Center is as it always has been. We try to provide a facility where the students can have the best experience, where faculty have the opportunity to interact and teach, and where research have the opportunity to use this as a base to go out into the East Mojave to conduct their research. This has paid off with the number of users that we've had. Last year we had 1,800 individuals on site for a total of 5,600 user days. A user day is an individual on site for a minimum of 8 hours a day.
There are many courses which cover aspects of desert study: geology, archaeology, biology, geography, and history, to name but a few. Most of those who make use of the center are enrolled in such courses. Others are engaged in research related to the desert.
It's almost all of the amenities that we would have here at the university we have out there, but in the real world setting. And that's what really makes the difference.
The comments that I get from their experience through the semester, that everything seemed to have come together when we went to the Desert Study Center. It all made so much more sense, some people will say, once we got out there and we were able to see it and actually do some of the experiments right there in the field.
To get to the center, travel east on I-15 from the Los Angeles area through the city of Barstow. About 45 miles east of Barstow, you will come to the Zzyzx off-ramp. Take the Zzyzx off-ramp and go south 4.5 miles on a well-maintained gravel road, and you will arrive at the California Desert Studies Center. For the first-time visitor, arrival at the Desert Studies Center usually kind of takes their breath away. They don't really expect to see 12 buildings with a bathhouse, with laboratories, with classrooms, with libraries, with equipment available for their use, whether that equipment is telescope or whether it's an insect net.
One of the interesting challenges of managing a site like this is that we're completely unconnected to the outside world except by satellite signal and the road coming in. And so we run our own infrastructure and utility system here, largely generated by wind and sun. We purify our own drinking water here on site. Everything has to be brought in from a distance. We've got shop facilities, abundant material storage and such, so that we're prepared when something breaks, that we can repair it immediately on site. It's sort of like a ship that's out at sea. You have to be solely dependent upon yourself and your resources.
The institutions that have used the facility in the last year include 14 of the California State University campuses with some 26 faculty and a large number of students. In addition, the University of California has used the facility, as well as Stanford, Department of Geology, the University of Toronto, Columbia University, and Oxford University in England have sent geologists over. In addition to that, we have a number of agencies that use the facility, and of course Caltech has brought out their Mars lander for testing here in the East Mojave. The terrain in the East Mojave is similar to the terrain on the surface of Mars, and they bring the Mars lander out to test it and refine it and make sure it's going to work.
We welcome members of the public whose activities are used for education related to the desert. The center offers a variety of short-term courses on desert-related topics and field-oriented courses for the general public.
It's It's perfect after a field day of collecting specimens to be able to come in and have everything available to do your lab work right here before you leave. I recommend this experience to any educator. This is the perfect place to bring your students for biology, geology, hydrology, geophysics, astronomy, anything they want to study. They can come out here and have a wonderful field experience. Hands-on is the key, and this is where you get your hands-on experience.
The center can accommodate 75 individuals in dormitory-style rooms, which hold 2 to 12 people. Guests bring their own bedding or sleeping bag. A small number of private rooms are available, as well as long-term researcher residence with its own kitchen and bath. A moderately equipped laboratory provides a variety of useful instruments for the visiting researcher. A number of computers with internet access are available to visitors. So is a small reference library. 2 classrooms. There is a multi-station kitchen with stoves, refrigerators, and cookware. The center provides its own utility systems. In 1995, the consortium signed a 15-year agreement with Southern California Edison, which included the installation of one of the world's largest solar substations. Water is produced from a well and is purified on-site by a reverse osmosis system. In 1976, the Board of Trustees of the California State University System entered into a cooperative management agreement with the Bureau of Land Management to create an educational and research field station in the East Mojave Desert.
The buildings you see behind me are the renovated remains of a health spa that was here in the early 40s, 50s, and 60s.
The center is sponsored by a consortium, which includes the California State University campuses of Northridge, San Bernardino, Pomona, Los Angeles, Dominguez Hills, Fullerton, and Long Beach. California State University Fullerton is the administrative campus and home of the Desert Studies program. Since the late 70s, the center has seen a 5-fold increase in usage. People visit not only for classes and research, but also for meetings, retreats, workshops, seminars, and symposia. Those interested in the earth sciences will find a region of remarkable geologic diversity unsurpassed in North America. It's an ideal place to study landscape evolution. Some of the rocks are over 1 billion years old. An incredible array of geologic conditions are conveniently exposed in the open desert landscape. Nowhere is it easier to see evidence of the shifting earth. You can see layers, folding, uplifts, stretching, expansions, and contractions. Evidence of past civilizations abound in the Mojave. There are prehistoric quarry sites containing artifacts of ancient civilizations. The protected site is home to many rare and endangered animal species. The Mojave tui chub is an endangered species of fish that inhabits local ponds. There are kangaroo rats, bobcats, and ring-tailed cats. There is, of course, a large variety of lizards and hundreds of species of birds. The rich variety of wildlife results from the diverse habitats and plant communities located near the center. These include marshes, ponds, springs, sand dunes, rocky slopes, and ravines.
Perhaps the defining characteristic of the East Mojave Desert is its diversity. Behind me you see the Kelsel sand dunes and its extensive dune field. Nearby are the Granite Mountains, and within a few minutes' drive are the Providence Mountains, made up primarily of limestone. These, along with the Sema volcanic field, form some of the most interesting geologic formations in the East Mojave. These formations, interacting with the weather patterns that pass over the East Mojave, produce a large number of microhabitats. These microhabitats are the home to abundant numbers of plants and animals. These habitats form a natural living laboratory for both students, professors, and researchers.
It's all about opportunities, the chance to learn, to research, and to share with others the wonders of a unique natural environment. One which presents windows to a rich past and to a future of great promise. We share this planet and its many environments with countless creatures great and small. As civilization pushes on, many environments will be lost, and with them, unique opportunities to commune with nature, to explore its terrain, to know its wildlife, and to enjoy its beauty.
The fact that the Desert Studies Center sits within the Mojave National Preserve gives us really an advantage in the fact that it remains in a natural state for us to visit over and over.
It helps bring everything together for you. You really start to remember as you look at the organisms in their natural habitat, instead of just reading about them, actually seeing them and what they do and how they survive. It helps you remember and understand the principles better.
It's reassuring to see there are still unspoiled natural areas providing unique opportunities. Opportunities to learn and to share the experience with others. The experience of the Desert Studies Center.